Soludo's son backs the people. I agree with you on voluntary sit-at-home, slams dictatorship. In a stunning revelation that cracks open the facade of Governor Charles Soludo's iron-fisted policies in Anambra State, his own son, Ozonna Soludo, has publicly sympathized with the Monday sit-at-home movement. Far from being forced by IPOB, as the government claims, the sit-at-home is a willing grassroots protest by the people of the Southeast, demanding the immediate release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Ozonna's recent social media post not only agrees with the protesters but slams dictatorship and leaders who impose themselves on the people, a clear jab at the very tactics his father is using to shut down markets and punish traitors. Ozonna Soludo, a musician and creative mind known for his independent streak, posted a message that's sending shockwaves through the region. Here's the full statement that ignited the fire. Do you guys want dedicated Monday sit-at-home content? To make your sit-at-home a little more vibey, because that's the best I can do. Update. I post, and you all let me know what is happening, but my stance is always the same. Even though a lot of times I agree with you, I am not ever in support of any kind of a dictatorship or leaders who impose themselves on the people, but my stance still remains. I am not an extension of the government. I am not a mouthpiece or a representative of the government, so if you want to lay out your grievances in my comments, that's fine, but that still remains a long shot from the resolution you seek. Breaking this down, Ozonna isn't just offering vibey content to ease the boredom of Mondays. He's acknowledging the sit-at-home as a legitimate reality born from the people's frustration. By admitting he agrees with you often, he's aligning with the core grievance, the unjust, prolonged detention of Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government. This isn't coercion, it's civil disobedience. People aren't hiding in fear, they're choosing to stay home in solidarity, protesting a system that ignores their calls for justice and self-determination. His outright rejection of dictatorship hits home amid Soludo's recent shutdown of Onitsha Main Market. The governor's move, framed as a bid to restore order, is nothing short of punitive authoritarianism. Traders, already battered by economic hardships, are being forced to open shops under threat of seals and fines, all while the root cause Kanu's detention festers unresolved. Ozonna's words expose the hypocrisy. Even family members see through the narrative that sit-at-home is voluntary resistance not enforced. Let's set the record straight. The sit-at-home is not enforced by armed groups as the media and government spin it. Across Anambra, Imo, Enugu, Abia, and Ebonyi, ordinary citizens are willingly participating as a non-violent form of protest. Why? Because Nnamdi Kanu's detention since 2021 symbolizes the broader marginalization of the Igbo people. This voluntary boycott has deep roots in history. It echoes the spirit of the 1967-1970 Biafran War, where the Southeast fought for survival against systemic oppression. Today, it's a weekly reminder: release Kanu, engage in dialogue, or face continued economic self-sabotage. Families, traders, and workers choose to sit at home, not out of fear, but out of conviction. Reports from the ground show empty streets, not because of threats, but because the people are united in their demand for freedom and fairness. Governor Soludo's response? Instead of addressing the federal government or pushing for Kanu's release, he's turned on his own people. The Onitsha Main Market closure is a classic divide-and-rule tactic, pitting traders against protesters and framing the movement as economic terrorism. But as Ozonna implies, this imposition only fuels resentment. If even the governor's son sees the validity in the grievances, how long can Soludo ignore the writing on the wall? The sit-at-home isn't isolated, it's intertwined with rising insecurity in the Southeast. Unknown gunmen, cult clashes, and state-sponsored violence have turned the region into a powder keg. Yet the government blames IPOB for everything, using it as an excuse to avoid real solutions. Kanu's release could de-escalate tensions overnight, allowing markets to thrive and lives to normalize. Economically, the shutdowns are devastating. Onitsha, Africa's largest market, loses billions weekly. Small businesses collapse, families go hungry, and youth unemployment soars. Soludo's solution of forced openings ignores the voluntary nature of the protest. People won't comply until justice is served. Ozonna's post is a beacon. It humanizes the struggle and shows cracks in the elite's unity. By distancing himself from the government and inviting grievances, he's subtly urging action beyond complaints, perhaps organized advocacy, petitions, or even federal negotiations. This is a turning point. If Soludo's own blood can empathize with the people, the governor must listen. The sit-at-home will persist as long as Kanu remains in detention. We call on President Bola Tinubu, release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. To Soludo, reopen markets without threats, advocate for your people, and stop the dictatorship. The people of the Southeast are resilient, but their patience isn't infinite. Ozonna's message proves the tide is turning from within. Join the call. Free Nnamdi Kanu. End market shutdowns. Southeast united. Family Writers Press International.